For those of you who grew up in the 8-bit era, this game is no stranger. It can be described as an amazing platformer with arguably the best music on the Nintendo. Even if you did not grow up in the 8-bit era, perhaps you recognize these titles. Mega Man has been in over 100 video games and is the most popular franchise of all time for Capcom. But how did the Blue Bomber get started? Why is he blue? Who is this guy? All this and more on The Gaming Historian.
After getting dozens and dozens of emails about this guy, I finally got an email from the console boy who wanted to know more about the history of Mega Man. Now, the history of Mega Man is pretty hard to find. Now, there's tons of information about the timeline of Mega Man, but I don't want that information. I want the actual history of Mega Man. Well, after a few emails, lots of hard research, and even some phone calls, here's what I found out.
Capcom, which was founded in 1979 in Osaka, was looking to expand to the home video game market, particularly the popular Nintendo. They had previously released a few ports from their arcade games, such as 1942, but were hoping to create a whole new franchise for the consoles. At the young age of 22, Keiji Inafune joined Capcom. He had just graduated from college and was looking to become an illustrator. His first project was working on Street Fighter, but was then assigned to a new project. Come up with a hit franchise for the home consoles. Seemed easy, right? Well, not exactly. While Tokuro Fujiwara was the director of the project, Inafune was given the task of designing the characters, instruction booklet, logo, and box art. He was even responsible for taking his designs and turning them into pixel form. Thus, Keiji Inafune is the creator and father of Mega Man. Inafune grew up on anime and decided that characters were going to be important in the game. Not just any characters, but detailed characters. Inafune noticed many NES games that lacked these qualities. We wanted to make sure that the animation and the motion was realistic and actually made sense. Inafune was also limited to a 56-color palette. Knowing that he wanted good detail on this character, he chose the color blue since it had the most colors in the NES palette. Inafune even admits the Blue Bomber is really blue because of the Nintendo, not anything else.
Platformers and side-scrollers were the most popular games on the NES. Any sales chart could tell you that. So they decided to make Mega Man a side-scroller game. The concept of the game was based on rock, paper, scissors, and that every boss and weapon had a different strength and weakness.
Inafune's love for music also played a large part in the creation process. Quote, "To base characters on that, that's something that we can all understand, and we can all buy that concept. Thus, why the Japanese know the Blue Bomber as Rockman. Rockman's sister is named Roll. Future characters such as Treble and Bass also had names based on musical references. This is also why the music in Mega Man is so incredible. It is an important part of the game." Rockman was released to the Japanese and Americans in December of 1987. However, Capcom executives in America made a few changes. They didn't really understand why he was named Rockman, so they came up with Mega Man instead. Also, the Yellow Devil boss was renamed to Rock Monster due to Nintendo's strict rules of religious referencing. And of course, the most infamous change of all, the cover art.
Believe it or not, Mega Man was not a huge success in America. Gee, I wonder why. Look at this, it's an abomination. Nothing on this cover is accurate. Mega Man looks like he's having a midlife crisis. And why is he yellow? Also, Mega Man has a built-in arm cannon. He doesn't hold weapons, he is a weapon. Compare this to the Japanese cover art. What was wrong with this? Now, after releasing a game with that cover art, you'd think they'd learn their mistake. Well, guess again. Mega Man 2 also has horrible cover art. It wasn't until Mega Man 3 that they finally got it right. I tried contacting Capcom about this whole fiasco, but they declined to comment, which is understandable. I mean, I don't know how I would explain this either.
From what I do know, it seems that this cover art was made overnight by Capcom USA's marketing department. Anyway, Mega Man was critically acclaimed and sold more than expected, but it was not the huge hit Capcom thought it might become. However, Inafune and everyone involved in the project still felt that the series had life. Capcom gave them another chance, and Mega Man 2 was released in Japan on December 24th, 1988, and in North America in July of 1989. The second game in the series was both critically acclaimed and extremely popular.
Since Mega Man 2, the series has become Capcom's leading franchise, even beating out Resident Evil. Now, I know there are tons of Mega Man games out there, but for now, I just wanted to show you where the Blue Bomber came from in the first place. But before we go, put on those tinfoil hats again. It's time for another theory.
According to Rockman Perfect Memories, a source book released only in Japan, Dr. Light won the Nobel Prize in the year 2007. Thus, the first Mega Man takes place in the year 2008. This has been unconfirmed by Capcom, but it's still pretty interesting.
That's better. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's a chapter review.
Rockman, also known as Mega Man, was created by Keiji Inafune of Capcom in hopes of creating a successful home console franchise. Due to the limited color palettes, Mega Man was blue and the concept of the game was based on rock, paper, scissors. Although the first game was not a smash hit, possibly due to this box art, Mega Man 2 was and went on to become Capcom's most successful franchise.
Remember, if you enjoyed this video, please rate and subscribe it. I'll see you next time on The Gaming Historian.